What I wanted most was bass that blends into the music instead of taking over the room. After tuning this setup, I can keep it subtle for acoustic material and still get real impact when a track calls for it. The key for me is that low frequencies feel connected to the speakers, not detached. It sounds like one coherent system, and that makes long listening sessions much more satisfying.
I used to think bigger watt numbers automatically meant better performance, but this setup changed my mind. The result I care about is control, detail, and realism at normal listening levels. I hear cleaner texture in bass lines and more believable tone in instruments, and I do not need extreme volume to feel the improvement. For me, musical accuracy matters more than just brute force specifications.
The biggest surprise was how much low-frequency information I had been missing in familiar albums. Once this system was dialed in, I started hearing depth and texture that simply were not obvious before. It did not just add weight, it added definition. Across different genres, the presentation feels fuller while still staying articulate, so the music sounds richer without becoming muddy.
I spent time balancing frequency and gain carefully, and that effort paid off. Small adjustments made a big difference in how naturally the bass integrated with the rest of the spectrum. Instead of a one-note thump, I now get shape, timing, and movement in the low end. That control is what made the system feel mature and trustworthy for both critical listening and relaxed background sessions. I also appreciate how it preserves detail at lower volume, which makes it easy to listen for hours without fatigue.
Running multiple units in a two-channel context gave me better room coverage and smoother response at the listening position. The system felt more even, and I did not have to push one source too hard to fill the space. Once balanced correctly, vocals, mids, and bass sat together in a way that felt effortless. It turned the setup from good to genuinely engaging.
I also tested placement options and found that following the room guidance made a clear difference. Corner positioning in my case delivered deeper extension without losing composure. What I like is that the bass remains firm and controlled rather than boomy. Even during demanding passages, the system stays stable and musical, which gives me confidence to listen louder when I want to.
Another win for me is consistency across music styles. Whether I am playing orchestral recordings, jazz, pop, or electronic tracks, the low end adapts without sounding exaggerated. I do not need a different profile for every genre. The setup keeps tone believable and dynamics intact, so it feels versatile enough for everyday listening instead of being optimized for just one kind of material.
I was concerned about long session reliability, but this configuration has been solid in daily use. It stays composed, does not strain easily, and keeps performance consistent over time. That reliability matters because I want to focus on listening, not monitoring hardware behavior. Knowing it can deliver deep output cleanly without fuss makes the whole experience more relaxing and enjoyable.
For my room, the value comes from getting depth, control, and integration in one package. I can tune for subtle support during intimate recordings, then open it up for cinematic tracks without rewriting the whole setup. That flexibility is what I was chasing from the start. It feels like a system I can live with long-term, not just a short-term experiment. I also appreciate how it preserves detail at lower volume, which makes it easy to listen for hours without fatigue.